Yes, everyone. So, hello, hi, namaskaram, my dear warriors. I hope you guys are doing really well. So, to help you guys in your last leg before examination, we have come with costing theory marathon. Now, you might already be knowing that in the paper of costing, question number 6 is going to be a theory question. Now, most students ignore theory and go. That is not a good strategy. Why? Because if in case from question 2 to 5, any practical question is difficult, we will not be having any buffer. But if in case we study theory and go, even in case any practical question is difficult, we know we can attempt theory and let go of that practical question. So that is going to be the right way. So how question 6 is normally structured? So normally we'll be having one question of 5 marks, which we have to attempt. One more question of 5 marks, which we have to attempt. Then we'll be having two questions of 4 marks each. We have to attempt any one of the two. So altogether for 14 marks we have to attempt, but questions will be available for 18 marks. Sometimes in question 5 also, one 4-mark question would be available for theory. So the rough weightage of theory in our exam is going to be somewhere around 18 to 22 marks. Can you imagine almost 20 marks is coming from theory and you guys are ignoring it? No, we are not going to let it happen. So what is it that we are going to do in this quick rocket marathon? Okay, so we will be solving questions from our costing theory question booklet. Now, beautiful question booklet that we have handcrafted and prepared, wherein all questions which are important for you for theory, be it from study material, past paper, RTP, MTP, all those are arranged systematically. Yes, with a proper presentation wherein headings are given, keywords are highlighted in red, so that in the lowest possible time you guys can read it and retain it, and in the examination go and score those 14 marks that you are looking out for to clear your examination. Okay, so just in a span of 50 pages, the entire theory question booklet is covered, arranged systematically, keywords are highlighted in red. Yes, sir, we want this theory question booklet, sir. Where do we get it from? Yes, this we have made it absolutely free of cost for all of you guys. All you'll have to do is join our Telegram group, Think with Tabish, and from there you will be getting access to the question booklet. Okay, now important chapters for theory, normally 80% of theory questions will be coming from these chapters. Chapter 1, introduction to costing. Chapter 2, material costing. Chapter 3, labor costing. Chapter 4, overheads. Chapter 13, budgetary control, as well as chapter 15, cost accounting system. Okay, now a simple caveat, this is not going to be a detailed discussion, a quick rocket marathon, so that in the lowest possible time, roughly in 15-20 minutes, a major chunk of theory I give it for you guys. So are we ready, everyone? Give me a confirmation. Yes, everyone. So let's start. So question number 1, first chapter, introduction to costing. Yes, in that, differences between the different methods of costing. Question number 1 is, what is the difference between job costing and process costing? They're asking. Okay, boss, simple. When do we adopt job costing? Yes, when goods are produced for a specific customer, as per the requirements of specific customer we are producing. Say a furniture manufacturer. Yes, based on what customer is selling, specifically based on that we are producing. Yes or no, everyone? Okay. Process costing, when we are using, yes, it is used when goods are produced in multiple processes, series of processes. Yes or no, everyone? This is the basic idea. So now look at this, students. What is the first point? I will write, yes, when is job costing used? It is used when we are producing goods for specific orders. Process costing up, yes, when there is a continuous flow of goods. I am not producing in a single process, continuous flow of goods, plus I am producing a homogeneous product, same product I am producing. See here, it is given for a specific order, continuous flow, and the product is homogeneous. Point number 2, yes, how is cost calculated? In case of job costing, I am calculating the cost for a job. Cost is calculated for each job. Yes, in case of process costing, how will I be doing the calculation? At the end of the period, I will see total how much cost is incurred, total how many units are produced, that means what is the cost per unit. On time basis, cost is being calculated. Okay, now yes, what is special? Yes, every job is different. Job number 1 and job number 2 is not the same. Every job is different. But in case of processes, yes, in a process 10 units went, they are going to lose their individual identity, because once it becomes an output, now it is going to become homogeneous. I cannot tell, okay, this is the first unit, this is the second unit. They will lose their individual identity. Product loses its individual identity, because ultimately only homogeneous products are coming outside. Okay, so when is the cost calculated? When do I calculate the cost? In case of job costing, yes, the moment my job is over, I will calculate the cost. Yes or no, everyone? In case of process costing, when will I be calculating the cost? At the end of the period only I will be calculating the cost. So these 4 to 5 pointers you can remember. Look at this. Cost is calculated for each job. On time basis, I'm doing the calculation. Every job is separate. Products lose their individual identity. Yes, cost is calculated. When do I calculate? When job is completed, here at the end of the period. Is this clear, everyone? Give me a confirmation. Second question is, what is the difference between job costing and batch costing? Job costing, I'm producing goods or services based on the specific requirement of customer. Furniture manufacturer, based on what I tell, how I want the furniture, he'll produce and give to me. Batch costing, yes, so homogeneous product is produced. These goods are produced in a batch. Say for example, shirt manufacturer, he is producing this shirt, he produces in a batch of 1,000 shirts. Okay, so let us see. Yes, here what is happening? Job costing, how am I producing? Based on the specific requirement of customer. Yes, but in case of batch costing, yes, we are producing homogeneous products. How are they produced? In batches or in lots. Okay, how do I calculate the cost? Cost is calculated for every job. Yes, in case of batch costing, I will do all calculations for a batch. Yes or no, everyone? Cost is calculated for a batch. Once I calculate total cost for a batch, divide by number of units, I'll be getting the cost per unit for a batch. Okay, each job is different because it is based on specific requirement of customer. Here, goods produced in a batch are homogeneous. Same products are only produced in a batch. Is this clear, everyone? Question 2 is also over. Question 3 is again difference between job and batch costing. We have already discussed. So let us go ahead to the next question. Yes, state the method of costing for the following industries. Sugar manufacturing. I'm manufacturing sugar. Yes, it is produced in different processes. First, you're extracting the molasses, from that you're getting the juice, all those things. Okay, yes, it is going to be process costing. Next is bridge construction, contract costing it is going to be. Next is going to be advertisement. Yes, whatever the party tells, yes, how his or her advertisement should be, what is their intention, based on that we are doing. So it's a job costing. Car assembly. So it is going to be multiple things. Process costing will also come, batch costing will also come. So it is called as multiple cost. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, perfect. Next is going to be unit costing. What is unit costing and which kind of industries follow unit costing? What is unit costing? Where company is producing only one type of homogeneous goods, nothing else is there. Only one type of product is produced. It is called unit costing. Yes, it is also called as single costing or output costing. Okay, it is a method where output produced is identical. One product only I am producing, and each unit of output requires identical cost. It is also called as single or output costing. Okay, yes, it is followed where only single output or few variants of the same output we are producing. For example, paper, cement, etc. Imagine we are paper producing company. So what we are producing? Paper only we are producing. So ultimately cost I want for paper only. So that is going to be single or output costing. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, fine. Next is describe unit costing and batch costing. Unit costing you have understood, batch costing you have understood. You are just gonna write the same. Yes, unit costing, output produced is identical. Okay, how do I get the cost? Total cost divided by number of units. Okay, batch costing. Yes, here goods are produced in a batch or in a lot. Okay, how do I calculate the cost? First I will calculate the total cost for a batch. Yes, all calculations I'll be doing for a batch. Then I'll do total cost for a batch divided by number of units in a batch. I'll be getting the cost per unit. Total cost in a batch divided by number of units in a batch. Okay, example, pharma, drug industries. Here you are having paper, cement, etc. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Next, identify the methods of costing from the following statements. Okay, let us try seeing it. Costs are directly charged to a group of products. Group of product, for a single product or for a group of products I'm charging a group. That means it is going to be batch costing. Okay. Nature of the product is complex. And method cannot be ascertained. There cannot be a single method. That means more than one method of costing is coming into picture, multiple costing. Okay. Cost is ascertained for a single product. I am producing only one single product. It is going to be unit or output costing. All costs are directly charged to a specific job costing. Costs are charged to the operations and averaged over the units produced. Ideally, this is going to be process costing. Other name of process costing is operation costing. One process, one operation. But the institute in their answer have given job costing. Sir, what we have to do anything in the world. Okay, this is what was there in their suggested answer. Okay, but the logical answer should be process costing. Yes, everyone. The next question is, what is cost unit? What is cost unit? It is the unit of measurement in which cost is measured. Say, for example, you go to a market, purchase tomato. How do you want the cost of a tomato? Sir, per kg of tomato. You go purchase steel. How do you want the cost? Per ton of steel. Purchase cement. How do you want the cost? Per bag of cement. Say, for example, you purchase a mobile. How do you want per unit of mobile, per mobile? That is the cost unit. Yes or no, everyone? It is the unit of measurement. It can be number, weight, area, etc., etc. Now, different situations they've given. What is the cost unit? Tell me, automobile, car, based on number of cars. Steel, based on ton. Cement, it is normally based on per bag, number of bags. Chemical, normally in terms of liter, gallons, etc. Power, it is in terms of kilowatt hours. Transportation, service costing, we have already learned it is going to be based on passenger kilometer. Again, giving you guys a reminder, this is not a detailed discussion. It's a quick discussion so that in the lowest possible time, we can try covering the maximum theory portions for you guys. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Next question number 9. Yes, suggest cost unit for the following industries. Okay, transportation, passenger kilometer, power, okay, kilowatt hour. Hotel, it is going to be room days. Here they have only written room, it is ideally going to be room days. Hospital means patient days. Steel means ton. Yes, coal again in terms of ton. Professional services, it is billed based on hours. Say for example, a CA is charging. Yes, 1 hour he is working, less charge. 10 hours he is working, more charge. It is based on the billable hours. Okay, gas means cubic feet. This could be important. Okay, engineering, per contract I'm charging, yes or no. Oil, it is in terms of barrels or tons or liters. Okay, so whatever you feel is the new or different or unique, yes, just make a quick note of it. Okay. Mention cost unit for the following industries. I'll only see the new things. Okay, in case of brickworks, yes, we are transporting bricks. How is the cost calculated? Normally in terms of per truck, but here they have given for 1,000 bricks. That can also be done. For 1,000 bricks, this is the cost. Or for one load, one truck, this is the cost. Okay, fine. Brewing, the cost is for a barrel. Okay, yes, everyone. Next is cost unit for the following. Yes, here cinemas, how do I calculate the cost per ticket? All others are just a repetition. Is this clear, everyone? Question 11. 11 questions are over. Yes, next question we are having is define cost object and give examples of cost object. What is cost object? Cost object is the object for which cost is calculated. See, I am a pen manufacturer. For which object I want to calculate the cost? Sir, I want to calculate the cost for the pen. That means pen is going to be the cost object. As simple as that. Suppose I'm a shirt manufacturer. For what I want the cost? Sir, I want the cost for the shirt. So shirt is my cost object. Suppose I'm a laptop manufacturer. For what object I want the cost? For my laptop. So laptop is going to be my cost object. So it is the object for which cost is to be calculated. Yes, my cost object can be a product also, service also, department also. Sir, product. Suppose I'm a mobile manufacturer. Yes, I want the cost for a mobile for that product. Service. Suppose I'm providing courier service. For what I want the cost? I want the cost for that one courier service. That is going to be my cost object. It can be a department also. Say in an organization we are having different departments. I want to know what is the cost for the marketing department that I have incurred. So for which object I am in calculating the cost for the marketing department. So that becomes my cost object. Is this clear, everyone? The same thing is given here. So any object for which cost is being calculated, it can be product, service or a department. Product, service, department, all those examples are given here. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, perfect. Next question is discuss cost classification based on variability and controllability. Something from basics we know. Yes, based on variability, 3 costs. Variable cost, fixed cost, semi-variable cost. Quickly, taka we can write fixed cost. It does not change based on the level of output. You guys can give some examples. Rent, you guys can just read. It is incurred for a period unaffected by fluctuations in the level of activity. Do not tend to increase or decrease with respect to change in the output. Okay, example, rent. Variable costs, they change with respect to change in the level of activity. Okay, if activity increases, it increases. If activity decreases, it decreases. Activity is 0, cost is 0. Okay, you guys can give example, direct material, direct labor. Semi-variable cost, they contain features of both variable as well as fixed cost. They are partly affected by change in the level of the activity. Okay, example can be telephone bill, electricity bill, etc. Is this clear, everyone? Cost classification based on controllability. Yes, they can be classified as controllable cost, which we can control, which is in our control. Uncontrollable cost, which is not in our control. So controllable cost, cost that can be controlled. Yes, by a cost, profit or investment center manager. Suppose I am the manager. If I can control that cost, it is in my control. I can take an action based on which the cost is either incurred or not incurred. That is going to be my controllable cost. Okay. Yes, uncontrollable cost, which cannot be influenced by action of a specified person. Is this clear, everyone? For example, expenditure by say total room is controllable. Okay, fine. Say for example, there is I'm telling, okay, assume we are Reliance. Okay, Reliance is having so many different divisions. So whatever is the marketing cost they've incurred, they're distributing. Suppose 10 divisions are there. So the total marketing cost for every division, they're distributing equally. Random example. So I am the manager of one of the divisions. So assume total cost was 100. Yes, divided by 10. 10 rupee got distributed to me. Tell me, I as a manager of this division, do I have any control over that 100 rupee cost? No. Can I change in that cost? Do I have any influence or say on that cost? That is uncontrollable cost. But say any cost is incurred in my division, do I have a control over that? Yes, that is going to be my controllable cost. Is this clear, everyone? Next question is going to be difference between cost control as well as cost reduction. Cost control means I'm having a standard. I just try bringing my cost, actual cost to the standard cost. Cost reduction means I am trying to bring in a permanent reduction in my cost. Cost control is a short-term approach. This is going to be a long-term approach. So look at this, everyone. Cost control aims at maintaining the cost in accordance with standards. My standard was 10 rupee. My actual cost is 12. I somehow want to bring down my actual cost to 10. As simple as that. Okay, cost reduction. It is reducing the cost on a permanent basis. It's telling continuously, let me try reducing. Okay, now it is 12. Let me try bringing it to 10. Then if possible, let me try doing some more improvements. Let me see if I can bring it down to 9. I'm not adhering to the standards. I'm continuously challenging the standards. Okay, so here what I'm doing in cost control, I want to attain the lowest cost under the existing conditions. In the current situations, setup, infrastructure, cost structure, what is the lowest possible cost? Only that I'm saying. In cost reduction, I'm not just seeing the current situation. Can I improve my condition and try bringing my reduction in cost? Okay, here, yes, we are treating no condition is permanent, because if I change my condition, my cost can reduce further. Okay, perfect, boss. Here emphasis is on past as well as present. Okay, here emphasis is on present as well as future. It is just a preventive. Here it is going to be corrective function. If any mistakes are there, we are trying to correct them. Is this clear, everyone? Just a one-time read you guys can be having. Okay, fine. Next is cost accounting and management accounting. What is the difference? In a very simple thing, yes, cost accounting. What am I doing in cost accounting? I am calculating the cost. Management accounting, what I'm doing? Yes, boss, I've calculated the cost now. Yes, this information I will give it to the management. Using that, management will take certain decisions. Yes, should I start a new product or not? Yes, should I exercise cost control or not? Yes, what all I can be doing? How can I try to maximize my profit? All those decision making happens. Cost accounting, I'm only calculating cost. Management accounting, using this cost information, I will be taking decisions. Is this clear, everyone? So look at this. Yes, nature. Cost accounting, it is focusing only on the quantitative aspects. That is a number game only. Here we are focusing on quantitative as well as qualitative. Yes, based on the number, what all decisions I can do, that also we are doing here. Okay, here I'm just recording the cost. Yes, it is providing information to management for decision making. Okay, it deals with only cost ascertainment. I'm calculating the cost. It is wider in scope, because based on the cost calculation, I'm taking decisions also. Yes, I'm using past as well as present figures. Yes, here based on the present figures, I will be projecting for future also. Okay, boss, right now this is the case. So in future, what can be, that also we are doing here. Okay, it follows certain principles for recording cost. It does not follow any specific set of rules or regulations. Okay, so 4 pointers, if you remember, it is going to be sufficient for us. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, perfect. Now, explain very briefly the following terms used in costing. Okay, predetermined cost, estimated cost, imputed cost, discretionary cost. Beautiful question. First, let's have a look at the two costs: predetermined cost, estimated cost. Same only, na sir. What is the difference, sir? Okay, let me try telling the difference. Okay, estimated cost means it is just an estimated guess. It is the rough estimate based on the past figures. I'm telling, yes, boss, last year, now to manufacture this pen cost was 10 rupees. So I think this year the cost could be 12 rupees. What is it? Just an estimate. Is this clear, everyone? It is an approximate guess based on the past experience. This I can also call it as my initial estimate. So then what is the predetermined cost? Okay. Now, before I produce, I will predetermine, pre-calculate, telling, okay, boss, to produce this product, what all products are needed. Yes, for each of these products, right now, based on the technical specification, based on the industry requirement, based on the current market situation, what is the price? That means right now, to produce one unit, ideally, how much cost is needed? Suppose I got ideally to produce one pen, the cost is 15 rupees. That is my predetermined cost. That is, before I produce, I am calculating this, but it is not a random guess. I am following the technical information. Based on that, in a detailed way, I am predetermining, I am calculating my cost. Yes, it is based on the detailed technical information. Yes, it is used for standard costing. In standard costing, when I am telling standard, that is a predetermined cost. Yes, based on the technical information, what I have forecasted and calculated. Yes, it is called as the final estimate. Yes, ma'am. Last year cost was 10. So I'm thinking, okay, somewhere 12 it could be. Just an initial estimate, a rough estimate. No, but the final estimate, once I see all the technical information, I get to know 15 rupees would be the cost. That is the predetermined cost, standard cost. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Predetermined cost, it is a cost which is calculated in advance before producing based on the technical specification. Estimated cost, yes, it is just the estimated cost based on the information available in advance before the actual products. I've told you the gist. Based on that, yes, reading you guys can do it. Okay, imputed cost. What is imputed cost? It is the opportunity cost. Yes, if I take up this work, this I am sacrificing. That is my opportunity cost. Yes, there is no cash outflow. It will not be recorded in the books of accounts. Yes, it is similar to opportunity cost. Yes, it does not involve cash payment. Yes, they are not recorded in books of accounts, but they're important for decision making. Okay, discretionary cost. Yes, discretionary costs are those costs for which there is no clear cause and effect relationship between the input as well as the output. Say for example, advertisement. Suppose I am telling, yes, raw material cost. Suppose 100 rupee raw material I purchase, I can produce one shirt, one output I'm getting. There is an input output relationship. But yes, 1000 rupee advertisement I did. Can I specifically tell if I do 1000 rupee advertisement, this much exact same will happen? No. There is no clear cause and effect relationship. Yes or no? Training. I gave employee training. Yes. 2 months of employee training I gave. Can I tell exactly this much is going to be the benefit? No. Some cases, yes, for this much cost, this much benefit. Clearly I can tell. Yes, in some cases, it will not be happening. Yes, that is going to be my discretionary cost. Is this clear, everyone? Next question is, what is the difference between service costing and product costing? Okay, so normally what all special things are there in service costing? Yes, firstly, services are intangible, so therefore they cannot be stored. So therefore inventory cost is not there. Okay, point number 1, there is no inventory. Point number 2, we will be using composite cost unit, service costing. Normally in case of product, I'll be using a single unit of measurement, say cement per bag. But in case of services, say, yes, transportation, passenger kilometer, number of passengers, number of kilometers, composite cost units, more than 1 unit of measurement will be used. Okay, fine, boss. Yes, in case of service costing, in case of product costing, material will be the main cost. Yes, in case of service, now labor is going to be the main cost. Third difference. Fourth difference is indirect cost will be having a significant proportion. Okay, so 4 main differences. Firstly, there is no inventory. Yes, second point is composite cost unit I'll be using. Third is employee is going to be a main cost. Yes, indirect cost will also be having a significant proportion. Next question that we are having is, discuss different cost center that organization have, or yes, discuss standard and discretionary cost center. Whatever the question comes, this is what we are going to write. Firstly, cost center. What is a cost center? It is a part of the organization where the cost is incurred plus the cost is recorded plus the responsibility is assigned. What is it, students? Yes, it is a part of the organization where 3 things are happening. Yes, cost is incurred plus cost is recorded plus responsibility is assigned. Say for example, very simple example, production department, purchase department, HR department, employee related department, production department. Production department is there. So all cost, it is a cost center. For that I am calculating, for that I am recording all the cost. In production department, what all cost is being incurred? Yes, for that I will be doing my calculation. That I will record, and for that to assign responsibility, we have appointed a manager called as a production manager. Now, my cost centers can be 2 different types. It can either be a standard cost center or it can be a discretionary cost center. What is a standard cost center? Here, the output is measurable and there can be a proper input-output ratio. So then what is discretionary cost center? Here output is not measurable and standard input-output ratio is not there. Sir, nothing we are understanding, sir. One simple example can you give? Yes, sir. Say for example, I am telling I am a mobile manufacturer. Production department is there. Here I can specifically tell the input-output ratio. That is to produce one mobile. Suppose this is one mobile. I want one screen. I want one battery. And my employee have to work for 2 hours. Standard input-output ratio I can define. It is called as a standard cost center. For this cost center, yes, input and output, how much? That standard ratio is there. Discretionary cost center, there can be some other cost centers where cost is incurred, but a standard input-output ratio is not there. Say for example, advertisement. Assume I incurred 1 lakh rupees of advertisement. Can I tell? Yes, because I incurred 1 lakh rupee advertisement, yes, properly, because of that 10 lakh rupee sale I should be getting. No, not possible, boss. Or a training for my employee. Because I did this much training, this much benefit I should be getting. Can I be telling? No, boss. It cannot happen. Research and development, etc., etc. Is this clear? Yes, here the only thing we can do is we would have set an estimate budget. I can just compare the actual with the budgeted cost. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, cost center is given, standard cost center, you guys can read it once. Discretionary cost center also, you guys can read it once. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, the next thing is impact of information technology on cost accounting. We are doing costing. Yes, what is the benefit of information technology or ERP? Now, simple benefits are there. Yes, in ERP, if you are having ERP, yes, different functional activities get integrated. Purchase, the production, yes, all those things get integrated. Otherwise, manually, separately, we have to do. Because of that, reconciliation becomes simpler. Point number one. Point number two, there is a move towards a paperless environment. There is no need for paper. Yes, everything is happening on the ERP only. Third thing, it helps in resource procurement and mobilization. Whatever resources I should be buying and how to utilize that, that will get automatically linked. Say for example, yes, I am purchasing. So who is responsible of purchase? Purchase department. Yes, where is goods stored? Store. So their stores department is there. You would have learned, okay, yes, EOQ, I am purchasing. You are having inventory level, reorder level. Yes or no? Otherwise, normally, yes, once the goods reach reorder level, na, stores manager should inform purchase manager that boss, goods have reached reorder level. Based on that, purchase manager has to manually place order. But if everything is linked through ERP, na, yes, ERP automatically tells the moment goods reach reorder level, okay, boss, it is time to place order. Automatically that information will go to purchase manager. Automatically he'll place order. So automatically everything will fall in sync. Is this clear, everyone? So all those things will happen. Next is cost information. Yes, will be ascertained accurately and in a timely manner. On time we can be recording, calculating, because everything is happening through ERP. Yes, next thing is there will be uniformity in preparation of budgets, etc. because everything is happening through ERP. So a standard way is their presentation. Yes, variance reports, cost and revenue variances can be generated on a real-time basis. I need not wait because everything is there on ERP only, and it will help us to eliminate non-value added activities. Is this clear, everyone? Now, next question we are having is, there is a company which is manufacturing office furniture. Yes, they are telling some costs are there. I have to bifurcate these costs into cost tracing, cost allocation, and non-manufacturing item. Before that, I have to understand what exactly on earth is cost tracing, cost allocation, non-manufacturing. Cost tracing. Cost tracing. I am directly tracing the cost, linking the cost. When will it happen? It will happen in case of a direct cost. So here I am directly identifying the cost with the cost object. Where will it happen? Direct cost. Simple. Cost tracing means direct cost, wherein I can tell for 1 unit this much is the cost. Say for example, I am manufacturing a shirt. Yes, direct material. I can directly trace the cost. For one shirt, this much material is used. Yes or no, everyone? Next is cost allocation. Here what I am doing, I am distributing the indirect cost, yes, over the product on a logical basis. Say for example, factory rent is there. Can I tell for one shirt this much is the factory rent? No. But on a logical basis, I can distribute. 10,000 was a rent, 1,000 shirt I produce. That means 10 rupee per shirt it can be. Yes, it is going to be cost allocation. Is it direct tracing? No, but it's a indirect distribution. Next is non-manufacturing item. It is incurred for other than manufacturing costs. So let us try seeing. Look at the students. Yes, we are manufacturing furniture, office furniture, carpenter wages. It is a direct for this. Yes, furniture. How much I can tell? Cost tracing. Yes, depreciation of office building. Non-manufacturing. Yes, glue for assembly. Yes, I'm assembling. For that I'm using the glue. Tell me. Yes, glue. Is it a direct material or an indirect material? So it is an indirect material. Can I tell you, yes, for one furniture, this much glue is used? What nonsense. Glue, you've taken a packet. That's all, right? Cost allocation. Yes, lathe department supervisor. Whenever it comes supervisor, he is not a direct employee. So it is an indirect cost. So comes in cost allocation. Yes, metal brackets for drawers. Yes, the drawers are there. For that, you are using the metal brackets so that you can push and pull. So it is going to be a direct material cost tracing. Factory washroom supplies. These are not direct material. Indirect material these are. So cost allocation. Yes, lumber. Yes, lumber, I guess they have included in cost tracing. It could be a direct cost. Lumber cost. Yes, samples for trade shows. You are doing a trade show, selling and distribution purpose. Yes, so comes in non-manufacturing. Yes, lathe depreciation, lathe operator wages. Yes, when the goods are going for lathe purpose, there whatever the cost is getting incurred, yes, again it's a indirect cost because it's not specifically linked to the product. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, so we have covered 20 questions from the first chapter, which is most important for you guys from your examination. Some additional questions are there. Yes, factors to be considered before installing cost accounting system. What is going to be your objective? Yes, nature of business, organization, hierarchy, all these things you guys can read it. 4 different methods of costing along with the applicability. Some examples. Yes, single costing, batch costing, job costing. So all these things are written, contract, all these things are written. Yes, with this chapter number 1 is over, my dear students. Now, yes, I am not taking the discussion further. Yes, trust me, yes. More or less, how many questions we have covered? Yes, In 100 questions, somewhere around 23 questions we have already covered. That is roughly 25% we have covered. Now, this is just one day before examination, and so many students were ignoring theory. I didn't want students to do that. So I thought I'll give you guys a kickstart. Now that you guys have got a kickstart, yes, the balance chapters, you guys can read it quickly by yourself. If you want me to make a video, you guys can inform me. But because it was one day before examination, I didn't want to make a very lengthy video. Now, 100 questions for me to explain, because here I'll have to explain at least a bit as well, right? So it will take some more time. But if you're reading it by yourselves, yes, you guys can do it a bit faster. So I've given you guys a booster, a kickstart. Based on that, for other chapters, you guys can keep doing it. Trust me, 25% of the question bank is over. For you guys to get the theory question booklet, you guys can go to our Telegram group, Think with Tabish, and download the theory question booklet. If this is useful, you please do share it to all your friends. Do put your comments. Do let me know. It really motivates us to work more. And if you want videos on any other topics, please do let us know. And if you want to support on the practical portions, yes, costing marathon is uploaded on my YouTube channel, Think with Tabish. Beautiful marathon. Crazy logical explanation without having the need to buy heart a single thing. Please go there, check that out. That's all for this video. Give your best for your examination. See you guys on the other side. Yes, in the next video. Until then, keep studying, keep smiling, keep working hard, keep making your parents proud, and take care.